What's up friends, it's your girl Khela and I'm here with a bullet journal video for you guys, and it's gonna be a 2018 walkthrough through my bullet journal. Now it's that time of the year where I have to say goodbye and give thanks to the wonderful bullet journal, this beautiful bright yellow one that has been accompanying me through the whole year, keeping me organized and keeping myself creative. Now we're not going to be going through the whole bullet journal page by page because we're going to be here forever if we did that. I did mark the most noteworthy pages and my favorite pages in the bullet journal itself, so I can show you guys which ones were my favorite, which ones are going to be most likely, migrated into my next bullet journal for next year. And I just wanted to show you guys all of the things that I had a lot of fun creating. Now, as you've probably noticed, this is not a voiceover. I'm speaking as I'm filming, so if I trip up, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. If I stutter, I think I'm, if I say I think I'm coming to the terms with the fact that that's just the way I speak, and over time it's just gonna be addressed as time goes on, as I get more comfortable with the camera. It's like one of my biggest frustrations, but that's why we're just gonna do live audio while I'm flipping through the pages. I know it's a little bit much of an explanation that you probably didn't need, but I felt like I need to disclose that. So we're gonna quickly open my bullet journal and show you guys the first few pages that I marked. So this year was definitely one of my most busy years. It is, I did a lot of things that I didn't think that I was going to be doing during 2018. So this was my Hello 2018 page. I had my little doodle here of me and my cute little French Baker Boy beret, and it says adventure awaits. And honestly, I didn't really know if I was gonna go on any adventures, but I clearly did. I studied abroad and everything, so 2018 was packed with a lot of memories, and so I guess this was just me doing some foreshadowing. Maybe I can see into the future. Maybe that's why I drew this picture right here. And just to let you know, for those who are new to my channel, I like to doodle, I like to draw. I have a bit of an artistic experience. I took a lot of art classes back in the day, and so if you've ever wondered why there's just random doodles through my bullet journal, it's because of that. I'm an artistic spirit. That's how I've always been since I was little. So yeah, just in case that's new information for you guys. Okay, so we're gonna skip over the first few pages, and I'm gonna go to the first one that I marked, which was my goals page. Now, if you watched, I think the beginning of the first, I believe it's my second video here on YouTube, I talked a little bit, it was like a 30-minute video of my goals from the previous year's bullet journal and what goals I was trying to achieve in 2018. Now, I really like this page because it's just very simple, it's very clean, and so I have a format to how I write my goals. I basically write all my short-term goals, so the goals that I want to hit during the year, and then my long-term goals. So I write them in smaller letters down here because that's something that I'm always going to keep in mind as I go through the year, and things that I need to do that would be beneficial to my long-term goals. So this year I put a bunch of stuff that were goals towards my creative endeavors, like my YouTube, my health. I wanted to volunteer more. I wanted to focus on my mental health. I wanted to definitely travel and basically practice sustainable living and clean living and zero waste. Now, most of these goals I'm still working towards, and that's the whole idea of a goal. You don't have to achieve it right away. It's there for you to remind yourself the things that you want to achieve. So I did achieve quite a few on my list. I did get to volunteer more. I did set aside time for my YouTube, even though personally I don't think it was enough. I was averaging like one video per month, and I don't quite like that. I want it to be more regular, so that's something that I want to migrate over to my next bullet journal. I definitely traveled, that's for sure. I spent a whole semester abroad, well, half a semester abroad because it was an accelerated course. I traveled in Italy. If that wasn't obvious enough, I keep talking about it. And if you're new to my channel, yes, I studied abroad. It was great. Let me know if you want a video of me talking about it. It was honestly a fun experience, and that's why I was talking a little bit about adventure when we flipped through the very first page of my bullet journal. That's my phone. And funny enough, I wrote my management certification and my project management certification down here for my long-term goals. I feel like that's changed this year. I feel like my career path, I'm thinking about it more now that I'm 4 months away from graduating. I'm definitely maybe, I don't want to write this career path off. I don't want to completely just throw it away and, you know, set it aside, but I'm definitely reflecting more as to what I want to do in the future. And so this is probably going to take a little bit more reflection, and I'm probably going to think about it in the next year and see what happens with me. Adulting, it's scary. So now we're going to flip over to the first page. So I always do title pages for each and every month, or at least I try to. So this was probably my favorite page in the first half of the year. I really liked how simple it was. It's very nice. I also really like using craft paper. I think it's very nice to use with the white pen. I put a cute little quote right here from Edgar Fawcett, and I really like, I got these moon sticky notes, and they come in handy. You'll see when I flip through the bullet journal. It's really nice, and I think it's just simple and something that's doable. I think most people would be able to do this. All you really need is craft paper, a white pen, and whatever marker you have, and you can kind of do this like really nice aesthetic minimalistic type style of title page. And while I like the very nice, you know, neat slash minimalistic aesthetic, I don't think it's entirely me. I'll do it sometimes, but I don't feel like I should be confining myself to a box. I felt like I was like, well, you know, I'm an adult, I shouldn't be over coloring a lot of my spreads. But honestly, I was just like, fuck that. Like, why should I confine myself to a box? So yeah. The next page that we're going to talk about is my April title page. I freaking loved doing all of my April spreads because April is my birthday month. I actually did a plan with me video on April, and it's actually one of my most, I guess, successful videos because it has about 1.2k views. It's my most viewed video on my channel, and I don't know. It just felt nice because I saw a bunch of people saying how, you know, they were going to use that spread for their birthday, and I feel like this spread really works for, it doesn't matter if your birth month is on April, it works for everybody's birth month, and I think everybody can use this, whether you want to use the pink theme and everything. And I just really like the idea. I've always wanted to do a cake slash birthday cake spread, and I was really happy I was able to do it on April, and I was really happy to do a video on it. So if you want more videos like that, guys, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to do it for you. But this one was, yeah, this one is definitely the most notable for me. I put a little quote here that says, let's face it, a nice creamy, sorry, my nose is a bit clogged, so that's why if my reading's weird, sorry. A nice creamy chocolate cake does a lot for a lot of people. It does for me. And I believe this was Audrey Hepburn's quote. And this, honestly, again, craft paper, love it. I did a really nice tracker here for my habits, and I used graphing paper, and what I just did is I cut little sections, I broke them down week by week, and I think that was really, really nice. Clearly I didn't keep up with it. I'm really bad with habit trackers, and that's something I need to improve on. I put my monthly goals up here, and what's really nice is using craft paper is that it becomes a key page to go back to, and also when you flip through the page, you know which page is your goals page because it's that thick page with, you know, a different color. And I really, really liked the monthly spread that I did. So I did do a timeline spread for my April monthly spread, and I did it in a horizontal manner, as I believe when I was talking about it during my video, I was saying that they were like multiple layers of a cake, and I really thought that was super duper cute. again, I just love the theme of this one. It's just something I'm probably gonna carry over to next year. I'm probably gonna do some version of this on April next year. And the next page we're gonna go for is, sorry, hold on, this one right here. So I believe this was during June or July. No, this was May. I actually loved the whole theme of May. It was very like muted. It was a gray and light pink theme. I was definitely going for, you know, the May flowers type theme. Hold on. I really liked, you know, this idea right here. I actually made a friend on Instagram. Her name's KV Journal, and she posted something on Instagram that was an inspiration that she did after what I did here for my goals page. I don't know why I marked this, but I actually really like the way this turned out. I really like how detail oriented in terms of the small hand-drawn designs that I did for these pages. I think it's really nice, quite simple, gets the theme across, but it's still really pleasing to look at, while very simple, so anybody can do this type of, you know, page. I did these ones with the cursives and of each beginning letter of each day. I'm pretty sure I did a video on this, but this was definitely my favorite spread that I like to go back to when I feel kind of down or I have an art block. It's kind of weird. I have an attachment to this spread because around this time of the year, I was just having such a good time. It was just a very creatively fueled time of the year. I was prepping for, you know, going to study abroad, and as you can see, this page is kind of haphazard in terms of like organizing which day is what, but I think I like that because I got to kind of just go with the flow and allow myself to kind of just be creative in a sense that nothing has to be fixed and nothing has to be set. Also, Infinity War came out, and I love Infinity War. I watched it like 3 times. I'm a big nerd, if that hasn't come across in any of my videos yet. I collect comic books and etc. So I really liked this really pretty artwork that I always come back to because it's just so beautiful. It's very rare for me to be so content and so happy with stuff that I draw, and I really like this. I was going for like an Ariel-esque character, obviously with the red hair, and I wrote good enough because again, I was just really happy at that time of the year. So I really like this. I just love the whole scheme. I love the haphazardness of this entire spread. And I'm gonna stop talking about it because I literally have been talking about it for 3 minutes. So I'm probably gonna flip through my bullet journal very quickly. But I like to keep all those cute little knickknacks. I keep, you know, movie stubs, movie tickets. I keep pictures. So this is when I met Patrick Star. I keep, again, Infinity War. I keep dried flowers in it. I know this is unnecessary for most people, and they're gonna, I know some people are gonna be like, why do you do this? This is gonna make your bullet journal bulky. But that's what's cool about bullet journals, is that it becomes something that is personal and something that is fully custom to you because you get to work on it based on what you want to put into it. It's literally, you know, the world is your oyster with a bullet journal. So if you don't want to put dried flowers in your bullet journal, don't feel like you have to. Don't put ticket stubs if you don't want to. But that's what's cool about it. It becomes something that is completely and truly yours. And I'm going to stop because I'm starting to sound very, you know, sappy. And so we're going to flip to the next page. The next page is this one right here. So I believe this was September because I remember this theme. I was going for this very blue muted theme, and I actually really like this. So I kind of reverted back to kind of more minimalist type color schemes, but not completely, as in everything has a lot of white space. So I still allowed myself to be a bit more creative, but I was sticking to the monochromatic colors. So I went for this muted kind of deep blue color, and I really like this because I think it's funny because I grew up loving very brilliant colors. I like gem tones, and so picking this color as something that I think this is my theme color of the year because I keep coming back to this color. Next page that I want to show you guys is this one. Okay, so I know this was probably the only 2-pager page for the month of September because I did doodle on this page and I was like, well, crap, now I don't have room for the rest of my weekly spread. And so I just went on and went big for this page. It was really, really nice. I like incorporating doodles into my weekly spreads. I think that's something I should definitely incorporate more into next year because I find doodling very therapeutic, and I also really like using sticky notes. I think they're very, very cool to kind of section off each day of the week. Again, and going back to that monochromatic color, I really, really like this blue. This whole month was this kind of muted dark blue, and I really, really liked it. I hope to do something like this again. Yeah, next pages, sorry, that I marked. This is the ending page for September, so it was the birth month of my boyfriend, so I decided to draw a little doodle as an ode to him, and I sent it to him. I think it's very, very cute. Again, bringing back that muted blue color. And October, spooky month. I did do a video on this, but it wasn't a plan with me video, it was just a walkthrough. I really, really liked this month because I just let my creative juices loose. So I did this nice little witch hand right here holding a card that says October, and I just went ham this month. I really, really, really had a lot of fun doing this. I drew this little pot with overflowing green goo, and it's called Witch's Brew. This little cat right here. Also, again, craft paper. Very, very nice, very cheap thing to use and make your bullet journal really spicy and stuff. So I really, really like this. I called it the potions list, but it was more so just my to-do list. And then I'm gonna flip through this whole month because I really, really had a lot of fun going through this month. I did my goals page, I did my habits. Again, really bad at tracking my habits, but really good at writing my goals. Really bad at tracking my mood. I'm good the first few weeks, and then it starts to fall off. I need to be a lot better definitely next year, or I'm just gonna scrap mood trackers. I'm probably not gonna do it consistently every month because I do find myself I'm very self-aware in terms of my mood and how I feel, so I feel like I don't really need to track my mood because I always kind of am aware with how I feel. And so yeah, this next page, really nice, again, using sticky notes and adding a little more detail into them, bringing back that green goo, bringing back that goo type drippy text. And I really, really like this. Love the acid green. I think it's just a great on theme spread. And I believe I have another one right behind here. And again, yeah, I had those really cute moon planet sticky notes, and so I incorporated those, again, brought back the goo, and I made this like a witch theme spread where a witch was like riding through the different moons. I really like this one because it was just very minimal effort, and again, the sticky notes allows you to kind of section off each day. The next spread that I want to show you guys is this one right here. So this was actually the ending spread of my October month, and I really, really liked it because again, I was just having a lot of fun with this month. I drew a girl version of Jack Skellington. This was more so, I wanted the person to look like me, but I realized at that point in time I didn't have short hair anymore. So whoever this is just a girl version of Jack Skellington. This one right here is I believe this is my November spread? Yeah. So November was more of like a soft galaxy theme. I wanted to do like stars and constellations. I definitely kind of made that apparent through the first few pages of the month. And this is probably my favorite page or dual, my favorite section of this month because I put my little goals page right here, but it wasn't really goals. It was more so kind of affirmations for myself because again, November is a very stressful time for a student. So I was telling myself, I'm enough, I'm smart, I can do this, You know, I don't need to always be so self-deprecating, even though the source of my comedy is from my self-deprecation. And I put my goals down here. I did another doodle. It was more so like, you know, this girl is made out of a body of stars and the aurora borealis and everything. This one is, I really like how not so precise the lines are in this spread. I really liked how, you know, again, brought back that muted blue because I really liked it. I think it's just a really nice color. And again, going back to the lines, I really like how kind of doodle-ish the style of the line is. That kind of gets brought back to this next spread right here, where I did more vertical sections for each day of the week, but bringing back that unpreciseness of those lines when I sectioned each day off. I really liked the coloring in the lettering and having the lettering be more bubbly, like they're kind of like bubble letters, but they're cursive, and then I got to color inside, and that also kind of gets carried over, not the bubble letters, sorry, the blue gets carried over to this page. Again, I don't know, the blue was just my color this year, okay? It just really resonated with me. It's just a very calming color. I don't know how many times I have to say that, but I really loved this page. This is probably my favorite page in this entire bullet journal because, oh my god, I just loved the way it looked. I drew this cute little, is a mountain range cute, but I drew this very nice stylized mountain range. I really liked it. Oh my god, I was so proud of how this spread looked. I did a horizontal kind of timeline style weekly spread, and then I wrote down each thing that I did for each day vertically, and then I put a little nice quote right here. I blended all the blue. I used Tombows, by the way. If you ever see any colors on any of my spreads, just know that they're most likely from Tombow markers. And then I took the Tombow blender pen and then I blended all the colors together, and I took a little bit of gray to kind of bring the saturation down for the blue, because I think that darker blue right here was way too bright for the light blue, and so I took that gray color and also helped all those colors blend together. And I just really like the way this looked. Oh my god, I'm probably gonna recreate this spread, maybe not in blue, but kind of like the same style. I like how simple it is, but still there's like a lot of, you can tell that a lot of effort was put into this page, but it's just so pleasing. I just love the way it looks. I need to stop talking and fangirling over this page. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly show you guys like some of my doodles, just to show you guys that, you know, you can incorporate some artistic things into your bullet journal, and it doesn't have to be, you know, intentionally functional in terms of your spreads. You can just add it, you know, for whether you need some creative release, you need some therapy, because I do find doodling as a therapeutic, you know, thing to do when I'm stressed. And so I'm just gonna very quickly flip through for you guys and show you, you know, little doodles that I did that you can kind of find all throughout my bullet journal. So this one right here was made of, this was a doodle that I did in class because I was really bored, and I used a Crayola Super Tips marker right there. This one I incorporated into my, I guess, like stuff that I did for that month. And I did a lot of like food adventures that month, so I drew this girl right here and she's eating ice cream, and then I put all the, I tend to collect the little business cards from different places, and so I cut them up and I put them here. I was doing just some character designing. Every time I think of something cool in terms of a character, I want to draw it right away, and so I drew this character. She's a very spicy Latina character. Unfortunately, she's unnamed, but I thought of her. This one is of me because I believe this month I believe I released a video. It was like a follow me around video or a day in my life video, and I wore the same outfit. It was like this really nice big flowy jumpsuit, and then I wore my leather jacket, and so I drew myself because I thought I looked very hip and happening. This one, I believe I flipped into this page, but this one was using, I believe, the Copic fine liner pens. What I did was I sketched this person out with pencil, and then I lined it with the fine liner pen. Admittedly enough, because I'm very narcissistic, this is actually a drawing of me. I tend to get really inspired with my own outfits, and so I kind of want to see it drawn out as a character. And so this was me with my gigantic denim vintage jacket and I believe this was just like a white shirt that I thrifted, and I had these billowy black pants, and so I drew it, and I really liked the way it looked. Again, this is kind of a ode to one of my outfits that I wore when I was traveling. I wore this really cute kind of flowy bell sleeve dress that cuts right there in the shoulders. I'm gonna insert a photo right here. I wore it when I was visiting the Colosseum in Rome, and a lot of people commented on my Instagram story, and they were saying, I'm like, girl, you look so good. And I was like, I know I look so good. And I wore these like accent earrings, and everything just looks so good. So I decided to redraw it and do this kind of style right here. It's definitely, I don't know what kind of style this is. It was just definitely keeping everything flat, but then using pops of color to make the drawing pop. I really like it. As you can see, again, I'm very vain. I take inspiration in myself, and I think that's something a lot of people should do because yeah. This was an ode to my coffee addiction, and whether this character is inspiration of me or not, we won't know. We may or may not know. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah. And I believe this is pretty much the last doodle. I do have a couple more doodles here, but they were the ones that I showed you guys, such as this one and the Jacqueline Skellington one right here. And so that's pretty much it, you guys. That is my 2018 bullet journal walkthrough. I hope you liked all the things that I showed you guys. I can't wait to do my 2019 plan with me. That's gonna come out soon, so I'm so super excited to show you guys that one. And if you liked any of these pages here, you know, let me know in the comments below which ones you liked. Do you want to see more of my doodle pages? Do you want me to do a dedicated doodle video? I would love to do that, but yeah, let me know if that's something that you're super interested in. I hope your 2018 was filled with all the happy things and all of the things that you wished for it to be filled in. I hope you achieved your goals for this year, or at least are closer to achieving your goals. And yeah, so I'm gonna stop rambling. It's time to say goodbye to this bullet journal. It did serve me well for this year, and I really loved this bullet journal. It's clearly very well loved. It's very, you know, thick with a double C, and it has all these really nice stickers that have a memory attached to each one. And so it's just time to thank it and say goodbye to it, and say goodbye to you guys. So if you like this video, give that like button a little high five, and if you want to see more from me, give that subscribe button a little high five. And if not, honestly, I am just so happy you decided to hang out with me today, and that's pretty much it. I hope you guys are having a wonderful holidays. Peace out.